So we use these spelling assignments each week with our students, and we make sure that they have a copy for each of them so that they can type on the slides for the spelling assignment. There are options on the side for these assignments where you can change the total value of points, or you can make an assignment ungraded. You can also set a due date, so I'm just going to go ahead and set a date of Friday, which is typically when spelling is due. We also wanted to make sure that we put it in that topic, week of 3-7 to 3-11. There also is an option of adding a rubric. And you don't have to assign this to all students. I don't actually even have any students in this account currently, but you can actually choose which students need to do the assignment, so they don't all have to actually have this assigned to them. And then you can also schedule the assignment or save it as a draft if you need to edit it still, or you can just assign it right now, which is what I'll go ahead and do, assign. So now that the assignment is assigned, the students will receive this in their inbox to complete. And you can see it right there under the week of 3-7 to 3-11. There are just a couple more things I wanted to point out on the Google Classroom, and those are these two tabs here. We have grades, and then we also have people. Now, I don't have any students in this account because this is just a temporary practice account. Maybe eventually I would use it for something, I don't know. But I am going to go ahead and just select people. And what you can see here is that the teacher is me. I can add other teachers' names here if I wanted to invite teachers to be a part of this, or maybe I have a co-teacher who I need to have on my Google Classroom, so I could put their address in here and invite them. They would have to accept the invitation on their email. And the same goes for students. I don't currently have any students in here as this is a practice for a tutorial, but I could invite students and type in their names and emails into this or send them the link. And then when they receive it, they would accept it there, and that way they wouldn't have to go and put in the class code. They would just put their accept it from their email, and then they would automatically be here because I've already invited them to the class. Yeah, so that is about it with the people. There is just one more section here in terms of grades. And of course, I don't have any students, so it's not going to tell me any information. But if I do have students here, it will have all the listed assignments that I've sent to them and any grades that they've received that I have given them on those assignments. On this page, you will also see if there are any missing assignments that students have, and it will label it as missing in red. You can also see if students have turned in any assignments past the due date that was requested, since it will tell you that it was done late. One other feature that I find very helpful is a feature where you would access it from the main menu. So up here in the top left corner, there are 3 lines. That's the main menu. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And what happens is it comes up with your classes, and you could go to a calendar, but I like this to review section right here. It's not going to have anything in there because I don't have many assignments, but I can go ahead and select to review. And then, of course, the only thing that it's telling me is the work in progress, but it does give us the features of how many are turned in, how many people were assigned this assignment, and how many are graded. And I really like this option, so you can see what you as the teacher need to complete in your work as well. Okay, so I believe, and it will also show you if you've reviewed any items too. So there's a lot of different options you can use as a teacher on the teacher end of this. And I think that's about all for Google Classroom. So I hope you've learned a lot about different ways to use Google Classroom and all the different options that you can use while you are using it with your students. Oops, no. Once again, my name is Torrin Sanford, and if you have any further questions, you can email me at the following email address. Thank you very much for listening to the presentation about Google Classroom. I hope you learned a lot and that now you can better utilize this with your students. Thank you again.